Hello, this is Hervé from Comic Book Bin, filling you in since 2002. We're going to be looking at a few Xesray Fight for Glory combatant action figures. I've had a few of them for a few years now. I really like those figures. I haven't gotten all of them, especially the female wave, which probably were the best female action figures ever created in terms of articulation. But I have a few of them. You can see the packaging. I still have some of their gear inside. The good thing with the package is that you can put the figures back inside easily. Here's a typical package. Art from the figure, the back, story. Let's look at them in more details. So on this channel, I like to do what I call comprehensive reviews. So that's reviews of whole waves or lines of action figures that are maybe not exactly current, not new, not very old either, but that I never had time to review in the past. So instead of reviewing each individual figure, I'll review all of them together in one shot. This is what I'm doing with the Xesray Fight for Glory Combatants action figures. Now, in terms of the names, I don't quite know them exactly, so I'll have to rely on the packaging, which I've got next to me. You can't see it here, but it's there. So I believe this guy is Branthoc. The black guy would be Khnuba or the Hyaena. Then this guy with the aqua blue shield would be Avitus or Victor. And finally, the guy in the back with the horns would be Ambillus or Beetle. The good thing about the Xesray series is that it's compatible with Mythic Legion. In fact, it was probably inspired by Mythic Legion. It's in the same scale, but I will say that the bodies of the Xesray action figures, it's of a better quality, are much better than the Mythic Legions. But the Mythic Legions were made to be exchangeable easily. You can do the same with the Xesrays, but not to the same extent. The one thing that you do have to be aware of is that the Xesrays can be fragile and can be broken. I've never broken any of them. I'm hoping not to break one of them in this review. Let's look at them in detail. Let's start with Devilfish or Branthoc. He's what they call, if I'm not mistaken, the entry-level gladiator. You'll notice right away that the plastic for some of the joints does not fit the color. So in terms of articulation for the head, it's extremely good articulation. He can look up, down, and do side to side attitude as you wish. That's very good. So you will see some spacing here. So that's not very good in terms of good articulation. The gap is not a very good thing, but that's okay. They don't have any pegs, it would seem, on their bodies, so everything is attached to them. So you can literally dress them up and down. I'm not going to do this in this review. I know that there's parts that you can remove from them, but I want to be very careful with them also. It would take me a bit more time also to review these things properly. They all have the same basic articulation. So very good head articulation. They can raise their arms, the shoulders, single joint articulation at the elbows, double joint at the knees. It's probably one of the best design knee articulation. It's smooth and it doesn't seem like it's about to break or something like that, or any big gap. It's just that, like I said, the inside plastic does not look very nice. Here it's not the same color. Even though it's a single articulation, they do go quite the range. They have balls for the joints of the wrist. Now I don't like joints like that usually, but it does allow them to move their hands up and down and so on quite well. With most of them, it's hidden with armory and so on, so that's okay. They come often with a single pair of hands. Some of them do have second hands, and so on. And they're meant to grab tools and weapons, of course. They have torso articulation, very good and generous here, with a ball joint. And then you can't rotate them at the waist. You can only rotate the torso. They do raise their thighs. Not much to the back. And they do have double knee articulation here, like I said. The basic body is the same for all of those figures. So if you don't like this base body, I don't think this line is for you because they all repeat the same body. They don't innovate too much on that. I guess it's to save money, but also to make sure that the extra that they bring goes inside of the gear and so on and the weapons. You can already see that the hand here is becoming too loose for this weapon. Not a good thing. He comes with his net, a fishing net. Here. Which is a soft, good accessory. I'll put it later. You know that you can remove these gauntlet things. You can remove all of them. You can also remove those arm guards over here. You can remove this skirt. He does have a dagger in his back that does peg here. It's painted, fully painted. Everything with this line is fully painted. Very realistically and very nice. They do shade the skin a bit, so it's not the base plastic only, it's also shaded. If you see here, the lower abdominal color does not match the upper torso much. I find that they're also a bit too tan, those figures. They should be a bit lighter, considering they're, in some of the cases, they're Northern European. The shin guards can also be removed. Some of them have alternate feet that you can remove also. So in terms of articulation, like I said, they're all the same. They do have ankle articulation. I don't want to play too much with them. Those can be fragile. I've seen them break in other reviews in the past. So I don't want to push my luck. I like those figures. They're very expensive also. So, and very rare at this point. Xesray doesn't seem to want to re-release them a second time. So we have this guy, Hyaena, which you can remove the helmet that protects his head. He comes with this gigantic shield. It's the same shield that's used for this guy. It's just painted differently. The articulation, like I mentioned, is the same. He comes with an extra arm. Beetle. Hyaena arm. It's in there. Right? So he comes with an extra arm. It doesn't seem like it's the base plastic. It seems like in this case it's painted plastic. I'm not sure exactly. He comes with several weapons. Shield, axe, shin guards, you name it, he's got it, and a cape. Hoodie thing. You can change this arm. They're very easy to switch parts also. I don't want to try it here. Again, have to be a bit more patient and careful when you play with them. So I'm not going to do this on camera because I could break it. And a full helmet. If you look at Mythic Legion, they don't give you full helmet. They give you, like, this is the head for Mythic Legion. This is not a helmet that you can just put on top of a regular figure's head. Which is why I really like the Xesray action figures. Now let's look at this guy. This guy here would be Victor. Victor has the same shield. He has an extra arm also. Yeah, he has an extra arm, extra hands, which are relaxed hands. Victor's helmet can also be removed to reveal his face. That's Victor for you. Comes with several weapons. swords, dagger, you name it. He can put one of them in his back if he needs to. Here. Now the detail on the knee pads, the shin guards, is extremely detailed and beautiful. Look at this. Look at the quality. Now they all have this level of quality, but he wins compared to all the other guys. This is just extremely good work. And the way his skirt is made is that it's 2 layers glued together. It's really good work. It's nice. He's got good articulation, just like all the other guys. So even though he seems to carry a lot of stuff, he still has a lot of mobility. So the basic articulation is the same for all of those guys. It makes them very good figures. Xesray is coming with a new line of mythical creature, like Greek creatures and so on. Finally, we have the Beetle, the Gaul warrior. Again, you can put his helmet on and off. It's really good. He has a huge gap, pizza oven here. It's not nice, so you may have to bend him a bit. He does have daggers that peg on his suit. Same quality for the gear everywhere. Same quality. Again, I find that his skin tone is a bit too dark. I guess they were tan, but not to that extent. There's even scratches on his shield. It's really nice. This is the Beetle, another warrior from Xesray. So the line started with real combatants, and then they decided to add minotaurs and a lot more women, female warrior. They also added centurions and so on. I'm not exactly sure where they're going with this line, what is the mythology that they want to develop, but it doesn't matter. They're still very good action figures. They're compatible with a lot of other figures, same scale. Obviously not the same scale as a classified action figure or a Marvel Legend, as you can see. They're more on a 7-inch scale. So a good fit with figures such as Warduke, if you want to put them in the same universe. What else can I say? These figures are great. If you can find them, do buy them. They're not easy to find. They don't produce many of them and they tend to sell out quickly. So this is my overview of the Xesray Combatant Fight for Glory line. This is Hervé from Comic Book Bin, filling you in since 2002. Like and subscribe.